Hey, my wonderful, wonderful, beautiful, beautiful people, a pleasant afternoon to you. All right, my beautiful people, a word to the wise is certainly sufficient unto the day. So I was listening to a man, he was, basically giving his experiences and cautioning people in relationships. So he's married and he has a friend or had a friend who is also married. And he said one day he was at home doing I don't know if he said he was doing chores, but he was in the kitchen cooking. And his friend came over and saw him cooking and said, "What are you doing?" Said, "What do you mean, what am I doing? What are you doing? Kings don't do this. The woman is supposed to be in here cooking and whatnot." And he went on and on and on. "Don't, you're a king. Don't allow that." And we all know, women, that men are easily influenced by their male peers. They may not admit it, but they are easily influenced by their male peers. People are generally easily influenced. It's a human issue. However, because men can't manage ridicule and certain sort of what we dub as judgment or condemnation, they tend to listen even to folly, to nonsense. It is so ironic. They talk about the brain, that the side of the brain that the men use tend to be the logical, but their sort of logical way, or the logistics behind the logic, seem to have a sort of malfunction and defect when it comes to having good, solid relationships. And now I can appreciate when a man says to me, or a man said to me, "Toni-Ann, I think the women against women, the misogyny in a sense is bad. You should check out men against men." It's just the reason why it is not as pronounced is that men are expected to deal with it a particular way, and he doesn't want to be judged in a certain manner. So they won't have that outburst and cascas as how women tend to do it. So they are covert with theirs. And that is why you probably find a lot of them annihilating each other. We will just go on the most way, spread propaganda, and I don't even want to say we, because I'm not like that. Women tend to spread a lot of propaganda, lies, but the men will, get rid of and annihilate. And, when he said that, he said he never forgot. One day he decided to pull up on that friend, the very friend who went on blasted him for cooking for the woman. I mean, he went on a particular way, he said. And he said, okay. So, I mean, he allowed it to pass, and he went one day to visit the man. And lo and behold, the hypocrisy was so pronounced, it made a sore seem like a little cut by a little pin. The man was in the kitchen cooking, and he said his wife was sitting with her 2 feet up, watching something like Netflix. He said, "Oh my gosh. So you decided to come into my home to try and wreak havoc, sow a seed of discord, while you go on nicely with your family? While you go on, what he should have done is to do a sort of observation to see if he was interested in his wife, because some men don't really have no sort of conscience is not the word, they have no integrity. Unfortunately, they will see you they have their wife and they see another man. And no, I can understand. Isn't it ironic that when the Bible is talking about do not sleep with another man's wife, as opposed to saying do not sleep with another woman's husband? Because God is fully aware of how some men are. They're not ashamed. Them not have no pride. Them not have no dignity. Them not have no integrity. They will have their wife and they have their best friend and still want to sleep with their best friend's wife. They I don't know if it is the story of the forbidden. I don't know if it is the curiosity of the forbidden, but there is something that is just off. Maybe their friend's spouse looks better than theirs, seems sexier than theirs, dresses better, smells better, has a sort of more vibrant persona or personality. Whatever the situation is, you have some men who have no qualms in sleeping with their best friends' wives. They have no integrity. And the man said he had to get rid of that friendship, fake friendship. Because here the man would have wreaked havoc in his own life, caused a lot of unnecessary problems, while he goes on merry along the way. People, if you're having, I'm not saying, there are very few friends that are true friends who will never cross certain boundaries. It would even come across their minds. There are people like me with, some level of integrity and dignity. Are we perfect beings? No, but there's just some things in life that we will not do. Taking your friend's man, taking your family member's man, or sleeping with them, whatever you want to call it, committing, witchcraft, necromancy, obia, these evil, sinister, malevolent acts that are diabolic, inherently sinister. No. And I'm not saying that sometimes you can't confide in your friends, but if your situation, a friend, a genuine bona fide friend that you know is a friend, there's some people you know without a shadow of a doubt that this is my friend, because of the energies, the things that they say, you feel, you realize, no, this person would never cross me this way. There are people like that, in spite of what people may think. And if you're saying that there is no one like that, it means you include yourself, that you also need to be watched out for. It's a reality, because you cannot be the only perfect one, perfect in quotations. And you have to, if you're having difficulties in your relationship, apart from God, because yes, that He is important, He's key, but He gave us wisdom, He gave us knowledge, and all of us to seek knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You seek help from a counselor or a psychologist. You seek professional help. Don't bring no family member nor friend in it, because you're going to have a lot of biases. You're going to have a lot of discriminations. You're going to have a lot of prejudices on both ends. People are going to be for the husband. People are going to be for the wife. And you will not come to an amicable solution. You will not come to an amicable solution. The psychologists, the counselor, they're trained in being balanced, in give a balanced resolution to your situation. Obviously there are no strings attached. They are not familiar with you, so they will be good facilitators. They will be good mediators to saving your marriage, your relationship. Because some people, they may not even necessarily be interested in your spouse, but because they may not have a good relationship with theirs, they want you to be in the same boat. So they sow seeds of discord. That man was out of line. He's rude. He was disrespectful to come into the man's home to tell him what he's doing. No king does that. That basically saying, let the lady. How does he know what the lady does? Suppose she normally cooks, but this time she wanted a little break. She could have been ill. She could have been tired. So many different reasons. Irrespective of whatever the reason is, it's none of his business. People, you have to know how far to... let me tell you, I have married friends. The most I do is say hello and goodbye if I see them. If I see them. If I should visit the home of my friend, hi and goodbye. My conversations, unless all of us are there, my conversations are directed to my friend. Me know my place, me know the boundary. Some things I'm not even going to do or put myself in the position to do. There is a boundary that I give myself. And nobody will cross over that, because I love and respect my friend. And I would expect it to be reciprocated. If you're having trouble and difficulty, you seek God, you seek the Holy Spirit, you seek Jesus Christ. You also seek counselors or psychologists. I don't want to go into psychiatrists, because that now becomes a clinical issue that may be something psychological, mental, or whatever it is. That's a different situation. Stop bringing people in your relationships. That's why a lot of these relationships are on the rocks. Both men and women. Guys, you know what to do. Rate TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe. Give me one of them line, please. Thank you.